Good morning, everyone. So I was out taking a stroll in the garden here. This is my cherry tomato row. I thought, let's shoot a garden tour. Let's start at the top here. This is my hot pepper bed, as well as where I planted some radishes and some beets, and it looks like some beets. So these are the golden Detroit beets. This is that tromboncino kale. And then the hot peppers here. So I have lemon drop. Some of them are starting to take on some color. There's a peppercino. That one's probably ripe enough. This is a red jalapeno. I have another plant over there that actually has a ripe one on it. This is habanero orange back here. None of them, they're just tiny and green. Regular jalapeno there. Here's a couple of sugar rush peaches. Look at how it's just covered. And this one's even more. Ooh, I have some shishito peppers that I could harvest right down there. I'm gonna do that. I've never had a shishito pepper. There's one more back there. Let's try this. Oh, wow. Really yummy roasted. They are. It's like incredibly sweet at the beginning. And then there's just a tiny bit of heat. But the flavor of them is really good. That'll be, oh, I got two. It's a little hotter when you get to the main area of seeds. Oh. But even with that kick of heat, it doesn't last very long. I'll just set those there for now. So I've been keeping a close eye on these right here, but I just watched a video on M.I. Gardener. It said there's a small window when they open. Let me show you this one. When these little flower buds open, and then the seeds fall out. So you want to catch them just as they open. These have not quite opened yet. Looks like some of them, the drier ones are, like this one right here, are getting pretty close. But then my onion bed right there, I mean, it ain't great, but I've got one or two decent sized onions, like this one right here. That's a pretty decent sized onion. These are the red onions on this side, and then over here, which I planted my squash too close because my squash is now laying on top. Like this one, that's a good sized onion right there. But most of them are kind of puny. So I'll just try again next year. But these yellow squash, oh, there's one that's ripe. This is sunstripe. I've been getting a lot of squash. Some more squash that's ready. This is the gray zucchini. It's getting kind of hard to walk on my walkway here because these plants are... This is one of the ones I think is struggling. At least it looked like it was struggling. It might be doing a little bit better because I covered up the area that looked like a vine borer had gotten a hold of it, and I buried it with dirt. So there's a couple of areas and I just buried them. I'm hoping I get a few. These are spaghetti squash. This plant is just, it gets going all the way over to there. I mean, it's all the way over there. I've got that spaghetti squash. Then the same plant is going down into this bed. There's 2 more spaghetti squash right there. And like, there's no room for me in this bed anymore. I really need to get my walkway. My husband is working on it, as you can see. He's working from the bottom up this time. Right there's the center of it, and then it goes up, 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 and then it's over. And then there it is, going over to there. Let's see if I got any. This is some sort of, I think this is the Iran squash. I'm not sure, but there's a bunch of fruit. There's another plant. This one is, so it starts right here. This one is, yeah, no, this one's the Iran squash. Keep doing what I'm doing to try to prevent them from getting destroyed, but they are looking pretty dang good. I mean, look at that harvest. So this is Beauty King, and there are some beauties on it. I tell you what, watermelon beefsteak, and it is not beefsteak size. They're kind of puny. Here is one that's just about ready to harvest, I think. I'm gonna take it off. This is a black creme. Twist it off of there. Oh, and there's a trophy right there. There's trophy. I thought these were bigger, but maybe they're not. I have got to show you this one on the end. Oh, there is some large-barred boar. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. This is all large-barred boar. This is what they look like. They're so... Camera's not doing them justice. This one here is moon glow, so I gotta keep an eye on it. It's a white tomato. But look at this large-barred boar. That thing is massive. Here's another one. This one's really... This is Abe Lincoln. I love Abe Lincoln. It's one of my favorite tomatoes, like flavor-wise. Look at this. This is soldaki. There are, look at that cluster of giant. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down there at the bottom. Another cluster, 1, 2, 3, 4 big giant tomatoes. I mean, look at them. So this is the bed I'm doing the experiment on. Oh, here's my black snapdragons starting to open. Aren't they pretty? Not quite actually black. They're like a deep, deep burgundy, but still very pretty. So I hope they reseed themselves. Let's go down here this way. So this is the cherry tomato row. And this is the one that I've been doing the hydrogen peroxide spray like video that I'm gonna be putting up. And I don't know. I mean, at first I thought it was working pretty well. I mean, the tops of the plants are still growing and they look good. So could all this damage just be damage that had already happened before I started spraying? I don't know. So I'm at the point now where I'm spraying once a week. The Chef's Choice oranges got a ton of fruit on it. This is Chef's Choice orange, and it's all very uniform and really pretty. The one beside it, no, this is still Chef's Choice orange. See, look at all the clusters of tomatoes. So orange currant. So these are little tiny tomatoes, little cutesy. They are yummy. This is sweet aperitif. It's supposed to be like the sweetest tomato. Let's see. I thought it was supposed to be red, but it's kind of orangey. Yeah, I don't think it's quite ripe yet. I believe this is Tropical Sunset? I'm not sure. A little cherry tomato. One of these is supposed to be Boss Blue Bumblebee. I believe it's this one. Look at that pretty tomato. I need to come out here and harvest them again. My husband took them all to work. This one here is really cool. It's Gobstopper. And that's what it looks like. It's green. This is a Sunset Bumblebee. Really pretty. This one is Purple Bumblebee. Look how pretty that is. That's pretty. This is what Sun Scald looks like. So you see it where the sun is beating down on the tomatoes on the really hot days, and it's scalded the tops of these tomatoes here. This one's ready to come off. So you just cut off that scalded part, and the rest of the tomato will be fine. Oh my. Pork chop look. Is that pork chop? Yes. Pork chop is looking like it's got some beautiful maters on it. And then there's my Berries Crazy Cherry, which is absolutely covered in tomatoes. Hasn't started ripening yet, but look at all those blooms. And then more on the top here. Look at that. All of those are gonna be tomatoes. I think this is Abe Lincoln. It's almost ready. It's blushing. Oh. No! I am having a real issue with blossom end rot this year, guys. Very discouraging. Look at that cluster of tomatoes. What's that one? That one is Purple Boy Hybrid. Blue Jollies. You can see they're like a really fun apple looking shape. But they're supposed to be really pretty. And then ripe, so I've got 2 of those planted. That's another Blue Jollies there. None of them have been ripe yet. And then right beside it, I have Violet Jasper. And they're getting really close, but you can start to see some of the pinky peach swirl in those. But they're really pretty. Like, these are more of like a saladette size, which isn't my favorite, but they were just so pretty. I wanted to try them. And then back there, I've got a bunch more Chef's Choice orange. And then look at that beautiful one is Orange Jazz. There's one. There's a couple. Ooh, that's a big boy there. Some that I fell in love with my first year. I don't know, this year they're producing smaller fruit. I don't know whether there's something up with my soil. This is Striped German. And I remember the first year I grew this one, the fruit was massive. It's just not this year. I got Hillbilly is back there. Hillbilly is another one of my favorites. Beautiful, delicious flavor, wonderful slicer. This one is Blush. Oh, that's ready. That one's really pretty. So this one's got lots of fruit on it. There's more cluster up there. Another cluster up here. This one's always done really well for me, Blush. And then behind me is another big row. We'll go down to, so there is my okra, which I think I might have one to harvest. And then my sweet pepper bed is doing really well. But if I turn around, sometimes it's hard to see where I'm at in this labyrinth. But we're down from the top, 3rd row down. This one's looking really good. Caspian Pink. It's got a couple of decent sized tomatoes on it. This one is Striped German. It's got a good a decent sized one right here. This is Cherokee Green, so I gotta keep an eye on these. It's doing really well. Lots. I need to come in and prune off all this yucky stuff. This one is Pink Brandywine. Look how tiny they are. Like, what is up? And the ground cherries have started to produce. I did a video where I tasted them for the first time. I'm not a huge fan, but I'm gonna see if maybe I can make a pie that's kind of tasty. But this tomato is Maimi Brown's Pink, and I've got a gorgeous looking tomato. One, two, this one is huge, feels very heavy, so a couple of really nice sized ones on Maimi Brown's Pink, so I'm pretty excited about that. This is Black Bear. So this is the first year I've grown this one. It's pretty. Another one here is just about ripe. I'm not gonna pick it yet. This one is Richardson. It's got some fruit on it. And this one here is Bali. And these are pretty tiny, but they're so pretty. Oh, this one's really ripe. So that is Bali. So it's really pretty. Here is another one I need to keep an eye on because it is White Queen. So it's got some pretty looking fruits on it. Giant Crimson. So this is the one that I need to save a bunch of seeds for. But it's got a good many clusters. This is the one from M.I. Gardner. Let's go check out this tomato row here. So this one's really one that's kind of hard to maneuver around. It needs redone and it's leaning forward, but it is what it is. I planted in it anyways. I'll just maneuver around as I can. So, like, there's mushrooms growing. Means the soil's pretty good, right? This is Chef's Choice Black, and I'm pretty excited about that. I like the darker tomatoes for some reason. This one over here is German Johnson. That's a big one. That was from a fasciated blossom, as you can kind of see. Looks like a couple of blossoms. Moon glow back there. And another moon glow. Must have really wanted to plant some moon glows. So this patch is not got a whole lot of disease going on. Neither does the one right behind it here. Look at those. They have to be like 7-foot tall plants there on the end. Keep going downward here. And I've been working on mulching all around everything with the free mulch that I got. And I didn't quite finish down there. Got Amish paste right there. They're looking really lovely. We got white tomasol here. Lots of those on there. Some of the plants have started to just kind of ramble out into the path, and I'm just gonna let them. This one I'm pretty excited about. It's called Sartre Louise. And they have some pretty fruit on there. And then I have white currant right here. None of them quite ripe yet. There is the sweet potato bed looking really full. Some of my zucchini plants don't look so hot, but still producing. Got a little zucchini there, a little zucchini right there. And if I turn around, here are, this is the Cinderella pumpkin, I believe. Yeah. I don't see any pumpkins on it yet, but it is starting to climb up this trellis. This is my cucumber. My Punakira, which I haven't seen any cucumbers on it yet. All right, so it is competing with the Cinderella pumpkin. Yeah, I don't see any cucumbers on it yet. Bunch of flowers. Coming in, Cinderella pumpkin, and then on the right are two striped zucchinis, and then this right here is cucumber. Which one is this? The Natsu Fuchsiarini, and I've gotten a couple of cucumbers off of them. It's one thing I don't have great success with is cucumbers. I see that one, and that's the only cucumber I see. This right here is my tromboncino squash. And I've gotten 5 or 6 off of it. Here's one that did not get pollinated. As you can see, it's not looking quite right. Hopefully this one did, but I don't know. It doesn't look too great. But the plant itself is still doing magnificent. All over the place. Climbing up and over. And on the other side of that trellis that has the tromboncino squash is sweet dumpling squash. So I've got a couple of those, and I've actually got one fruit on it, sweet dumpling. And I had some beans that I planted here. They're trying to do something, but there's another little sweet dumpling back there. But it's headed up the trellis as well. This is the sweet dumpling plant. And this was the scallop yellow bush squash that is like, I don't know if it's going to do anything. It has been trying for like 2 months to do something. It's not dead, but I'm just going to let it keep trying. And then here is some yellow squash. Oh, there's one that needs harvested. This is just a plain yellow squash, not the sunstripe. And I have tomatoes planted behind. So there's the trellis, and then I have a row of tomatoes back here. See if anything's ripe. This one's Pruden's Purple. This one's looking pretty good. This is Dixie's Golden Giant. A couple of decent sized ones on that. And then this one here, having an issue with blossom end rot. This is Bonnie's Best, but it doesn't even look like Bonnie's Best. So I don't know. There's one on here that doesn't have blossom end rot. Oh, there's another squash. Should be ready by tomorrow. Sun is out, so it's starting to glare. There is my nasturtium. I've never had a nasturtium leaf. Let's see what it tastes like. Interesting. It's like a mild radish. I like it. I think it'd be good in a salad. Yeah, that's pretty good. I might take one of those in for my husband and daughter to try too. This is my, what is this? My pumpkin. And I planted some scarlet runner beans and some yellow beans. So I've been harvesting beans, lots of beans all over this plant. I need to come out here and do it again. But behind it is where I planted the pumpkin. So this is the, what is this one? Baby Boo. And it decided to come over here, grab onto the trellis, and just take over. So I've got one Baby Boo pumpkin there. I don't know. And it doesn't know what it wants to do. There's the beans starting. Pretty flowers. Soon this trellis will be covered in dangling beans. On the other side of that trellis, I planted Minnesota midget melon. And it's just now getting going. It was another one of those ones that's just, it's struggling, man. I don't know what it is. Maybe this area doesn't get a lot of sun. And we will get up to the pepper bed because there's a lot of cool stuff in there to show you. Again, another one of these. This is the Benny Kadima watermelon, I think, or just melon. This needs to. Let me fix this one. I want you to go up, buddy. See, now you can get more sun. Trying to keep things on the trellises. This is more of the scarlet runner beans and then also asparagus beans. So you can see how long those asparagus beans are. And then this was a Sharon Taze melon. It's looking okay, but there's no fruit on it. Can't wait till this thing has all, grown all the way up and over and these beans just dangle. It's really pretty. This is just more beans on the other side. And then the magnificent Summer's Dream Cosmo. Bloomed it all yet, but it is huge. It's got to be like 2.5, 3 feet tall. There is another, at the end of that corner of the bed is another ground cherry plant. And a sunflower that is about to open. I can't remember which kind of sunflower I planted in there. Okay, another row of tomatoes. This one is ripe and ready to come off. What is this one? This one is Granny Cantrell's. This was supposed to be a little redder, but it's more like pinky peach. Oh, and this one is also ready to come off. This one is Beauty King. So there's Beauty King. So pretty. This one is, these are so pretty, lovely, lush, but they're tiny. I don't know if they're supposed to, that's why you need clippers. I can show you this one. Look how pretty that is. There's another one up here that is ready to come off. There's another orange currant on the other side there, as well as this one. Nothing's ripe on it though, but it is geranium kiss. So it's a little micro tomato plant. These. That is just quite the row of tomatoes. And they're doing pretty well. And this one is Prairie Fire Plum, and it's ripe. Let's get it off there. So that's pretty. Can you see? Trying to get it. There we go. Got a couple more that are almost ripe. This is another soldaki. Not quite as massive as the other side, but definitely still has some big tomatoes on it. Here's another one that I had problems with blossom end rot. This one is Powers Yellow Sauce. So it's like all of them. Every single tomato on the plant. Maybe I'm overwatering, because I'm watering a heck of a lot more than I did in years past. Nature's Riddle has got some nice sized tomatoes on it. TC Jones. Got a lot of fruit on that one. This one's gorgeous. And this one is, oh yeah, this is climbing triple crop. This is Orange Ox Heart. This one here is the Sun Sugar Hybrid. I'm excited to try this one. It is just going up, up. It started climbing over onto this trellis where my apple gourd is. Just let me show you. So I didn't quite make it with the mulch. I'm hoping that they're going to be bringing me another load. But as you can see, some new beds are getting built. And then over here is the potato bed. Last week, me and my daughter and her boyfriend started to dig up the potatoes, but then as we got over onto this side, they were like, you could see all the little tiny potatoes stuck to the plant, and I was like, oh no, we're doing it too early. So we stopped. We did get a decent amount of potatoes of decent size from this little patch, but I waited, and I think that this is the weekend I'm just going to go ahead and finish digging them up, because I have another round of potatoes that I need to get in this bed, and I got to get it prepared and get them in the ground. So they're coming up, and we'll see what kind of harvest I end up with. I'm going to actually tell you how much poundage I started with as compared to how much I end up with. Okay, coming back into, this is my arch trellis walkway. So this is just one apple gourd plant. So it's right here, and it has spread onto these two trellises all the way up. And you can see I've got just a few apple gourds. They're everywhere. Some of them you can see didn't get pollinated. That one's all brown, but there is so much fruit on here. I hope, this one's a cool looking, I hope I get some decent sized ones. I want to make some crafts with them and then give them as gifts, like bird houses, maybe some bird feeders. I don't know. I think it'd be cool. And then the loofah gourd plant. I don't know. Maybe it is my soil or what, but like pollination, it looks like it's struggling. And then I've got loofah gourds, but I don't think any of them are getting pollinated. So there's 1, 2, 3. Like, they all kind of feel, maybe it's just taking a minute. There's another one that I'm not sure if it got pollinated. I'm gonna be bummed if I don't get any loofah gourds. Another orange currant, and then this is the other side. Look at all these. This one's doing really well. There's lots of flowers everywhere on this one. This is the geranium kiss, the little, but it's getting kind of overtaken by the orange currant. The orange currant is just nuts. My prized possession. Look here. Oh, a Kajari melon. So that one's the biggest. I'm pretty excited. I had a couple more little Kajari melons starting, and I was going to show you those, but where are they? Oh, here it is. Looky there. And I'm pretty sure it got pollinated because it feels hard. Oh, here's another one. Ah. So I'm making sure I put these in bags. So I've at least got 3, fingers crossed. Some fun stuff happening up here. So this is the Nata Pino. Look at all of those. 2 of them side by side, 2 Nata Pinos. And then this is, or wait, no, this is the Nata Pino. This is the Habanada. Yeah, Habanada. So it's a jalapeno without heat and then a habanero without heat. I'm excited about those. And then look at this red Marconi. There's only 1 fruit on it so far, but it is massive. It's a big one, and it'll turn red when it's ready, and they are delicious. This is another red Marconi. Look at this one. It's just huge. And then the Corbaci Sweet. are going nuts. Again, it'll turn really red when they're ready. And they're really, really yummy. And the banana sweet. I think that's ready. Ooh, I didn't even notice. This is the Roua. I believe this turns red. Sunbright yellow. There's fruit pretty much on everything. This is just some Sam's sweet peppers that I saved. And they're supposed to be colorful. And then this is the Valencia, which is the white pepper, and I've been getting some of these off of here. Some decent sized ones. Continuing, walking over. Let's see what else is in here. Orange Blaze. This is Orange Blaze. So got some peppers on that one. Tangerine Dream. So I've got one of these down here, and then I think I got one up top too. And this is Ancho Gigantia. Oh, is this another red Marconi? No, this is an Escamillo. Look at that, Escamillo. Os Campolo. So I'm waiting for these to ripen. And then there it is. That is a, oh, I don't know if I can get it off there without clippers. Okra. Let's see what okra tastes like here. Okay. So Jess is always saying how the mucilage in these is really good for your gut. I found it. It tastes green beany to me, like a green bean, uncooked green bean. At first it's okay, and then as you get to chewing, that mucilage stuff starts to happen, and it's kind of gross. It's almost like snot-like. I can see where this might gross people out. But I want to try fried okra or pickled okra. I hear pickled okra is really good. So if I get enough okra, I might pickle it. And I believe this is the red kind. Red Hill Country, I believe it's called. And this one looks like it's ready. So I'm going to take it off there. I don't know if I'm growing enough to do what I want to do with it. Oh, look at this. That is massive. It looks like it's getting rammed though. And this one's pressing into. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. I need to tie these up. I'm gonna need to tie that up. That one there is a beaut. This one's ripe. I think this is a black brandy wine, or I'm not sure. It's beauty. Got lots of fruit on that. Ooh, this one's got lots of ripe fruit. This is Prudence Purple. It's more pink than purple. That's pretty. And then we got lots of peppers. I believe this is a red Marconi again. And then I've got a row of peppers planted back behind here. Looks like there's some white ones that are ready to harvest down there. I'm back out here with my harvest basket. Parsley. Let's see if we got any cucumbers. Yep, I've got one cucumber here. So this is the Beet Alpha. I've been getting a few cucumbers here and there. And another one. Cantaloupes. And a volunteer tomato plant that I just let go. I've started to bag these in the hopes to keep them from couple back there. This is just taken over. This. And there's my queen lime zinnia. Looks like there's seeds in there. Wonder if I'll be able to save those. And I finally harvested all of the carrots and left the ones that had went to seed. I'm gonna try to save the seeds from those because some were really cool varieties. And the girls have actually started to lay eggs. We've gotten 6 or 7 eggs so far. And one of them was pink, one of them was green, and one of them is like a light brownie color. So I know that they're, more than one of them is laying. Some more of the peppers. This is one of the red jalapenos that's ready. And some more tomatoes, my mint plants. They're all doing okay in these pots. Onions in here, I wanted to see how those do. I think this is Super Sweet 100. Yeah, Super Sweet 100. Oh, dang, that's good. Please, look at these hollyhocks. Look how big that is. It's as tall as I am. But look at all the flowers that are gonna open on there. So pretty. Another kind of kale. Let me take some of this into Bear. My pet rabbit. You guys had some kale. It's laying over there. Didn't even eat it all. So my girls are in a completely covered area. I kind of feel a little bad about that. So I'm thinking, I haven't told my husband this yet, but I'm thinking I might want to extend this area and it not be tall. It just come up to here and bring it out another, I don't know, out to like right here. Just so they have an area where the sun will grow grass and, you know, they can feel the rain if they want to. Look at this. Look at this hollyhock. Oh, it's so pretty.